absolute pleasure to stand before you all this afternoon as the chair of the IATSE Women's Committee and to welcome you on behalf of the committee to this very special event.
I'm Gail Kennedy. I've been a member of IATSE for 32 years, split between Locals 210 and 212. I am proud to say that I was the first female vice president of Local 212.
I'm an officer in Local 311 in New York. I'm a member of Local 21 in New Jersey, and a very proud member of the IATSE Women's Committee.
I'm a third-generation member of IATSE Local 11. I am an assistant carpenter at the Boston Ballet.
I was the first female member of Local 300, Saskatoon.
I'm excited to join you here today for this historic event, your first women's seminar attached to your convention. You are all groundbreakers today. You are all trailblazers today.
Welcome, sisters, brothers, delegates, and friends. It is my distinct honor to introduce a special video presentation from the first woman United States Senator from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
The work you're doing to grow and strengthen the labor movement is powerfully important.
As we go marching, we standing proud and tall. The rising of the women means the rising of us all.
Thank you for all you do. It's an honor to fight alongside you.
Because Cindy, one of the things you said to me is the body, meaning the local, that tried to keep you out in the 80s, elected you president of the local in January. So, yep.
I can recall going for job interviews and having the production manager look at me and say, well, I've never really been in favor of having women in positions of authority on set. And I just looked at him calmly and I said, I wouldn't say that if I were you. Someone might hear you. It could be embarrassing. And it sort of kept going like that. I would just say things in return, and some people would say, okay, I'll take a chance on her, and some people would say, too big a mouth. Get somebody who's more compliant.
By educating myself through opportunities that were offered me by other women like Dusty, like Sister Natasha Toney, I was able to access tools and understand the mechanisms, the legal mechanisms, and the union systemic mechanisms that are in place to empower me to create those boundaries and to create safe space for myself and other women in the workplace.
I started in the mid-'80s, and it was probably 1990 before I met another woman sound engineer. It was a long time. And I was kind of on the same track as her because I didn't realize there weren't any other women. I just thought they were working somewhere else.
That's what I thought.
In came the producer, and he sat down, and after he had his curiosity satisfied, is why I wrote the letter in German, he said to me, there's a lot of handheld. And I said, oh, that's not a problem. When I'm on Supernatural, most of the time I'm doing handheld. He goes, no, but I mean there's going to be an awful lot of handheld. So I knew right at that moment the job wasn't going to be mine. It didn't matter what I was going to say or do, the job wasn't going to be mine. But I did think it was important that I educate him just a little bit. So I wished them good luck with their project, but then I looked him right in the eye and said, you're really going to have to learn to open your horizons because there are a lot of talented men and women for you to choose from, and you are losing out by having such a closed mind. And then I said goodbye.
And the reason why I got out of acting was I wanted to be a film editor because hopefully you would get hired by your resume, and your talent and the type of films you make. So I had an interview with a director who was doing a boxing movie. So I walk in and he looked at me, he goes, well, I never thought about a woman cutting a boxing movie. And I go, how about Raging Bull, And he kind of looked at me. He kind of looked at, and he was like, oh, well, you don't have any children, do you? I go, well, yeah, I have 2 boys. Well, how old are they? And I go, well, they're old enough to take care of themselves. I said, why are you asking me this? And he goes, well, you know, sometimes women might have cats or, dogs and kids, and they might want to go home at 6 o'clock to feed them.
Yeah.
Well, needless to say, I didn't get the job. But here's the interesting thing, and the good thing, because he was a jerk.
Celebrating IATSE women for me means supporting our collective voice to ensure a strong foothold for those who are going to come after.
We must lift each other up and help each other so that at the end of the day, the team becomes stronger, the alliance functions better, and the entire membership will benefit.
Run for office and serve your locals. Join committees. I was fortunate to have served in every local I belong to. And you can make a big difference. There's not too many people that necessarily want to step up to the plate to do this kind of work.
Always take someone with you. Always lift someone else up. Because I found that when I reach and help someone else, someone has always been there to help me.
Please join me in welcoming the next generation of women leaders, Amanda Sager.
I'm extremely proud of the steps that Local 154 has taken in the areas of diversity and inclusion. And each of you in this room made it possible. You helped pave the way so I could stand here today, so that business agent Courtney Cunningham and I could return to Ashland, Oregon, and unapologetically represent 70 members of Local 154. You made it possible for this woman to run for office, so that this generation can empower more women and other underrepresented communities to have a voice, to ensure that all of our voices are being heard and our stories are being told. So I thank you. I thank you for everything you've done and everything you're continuing to doing, and I'm so honored to be a part of this journey with you. You're all really awesome.
There is, frankly, simply put, no IATSE without the women of the IATSE, period.